Five key takeaways from Barr's letter to Congress on what's next for the Mueller report. Attorney General William Barr sent a letter on Friday to Senate Judiciary Chairman Sr. Lindsey Graham RS. Over the course of the letter, Barr addressed some key questions, including what will be redacted and why. What will be redacted and why? Specifically, we are well along in the process of identifying and redacting the following: 1. Material subject to Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 6E that by law cannot be made public. 2. Material in summary, that means you won't see things related to ongoing investigations, identification of intel sources and methods, information that can't be released by law, and information that unduly prejudices uncharged individuals. Deputy Attorney Barr also confirmed that the special counsel is involved in the redaction process. Does President Donald Trump have a say in this? Trump and his attorney Rudy Giuliani have of late ramped up their usage of the term executive privilege and said that they should the Mueller report before it goes public to make privilege recommendations. It does not appear, at least right now, that this is a factor at play. Interestingly, although the president would have the right to assert privilege over certain parts of the report, he has stated publicly that he intends to defer to me and, accordingly, there are no plans to submit the report to the White House for a privilege review, Barr said. What was the deal with that 4-page summary from last weekend? Barr confirmed on Friday that he received the Mueller report and expected to speak on the reports as soon as the weekend. When Sunday came, the length of the summary, how quickly it was produced, and the fact that there were no conspiracy charges led to a bit of a frenzy. Barr told lawmakers that he thought it went without saying that this was not an exhaustive account of Mueller's investigation. As my letter made clear, my notification to Congress and the public provided, pending release of the report, a summary of its principal conclusion. Suthat is, its bottom line, he said. How long is the report, what's in it, and when will we see it? Previous that the Mueller report would be 300+ pages in length, not counting exhibits or appendices. Barr said Friday. Barr said that everyone will soon be able to read it on their own and that he doesn't not believe it's in the public's best interest for him to attempt to summarize the full report or to release it in serial or piecemeal fashion. The AG said to expect the report mid-April, if not sooner. What will happen when the report is made public in the ensuing weeks? Barr said that his plan is to make the Mueller report public after delivering it Congress. Finally, in the interests of keeping the public informed as to these matters, I intend to make this letter public after delivering it to you, he said. Barr also volunteered to testify before Congress shortly after the report goes public. He said can testify.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.